So it's been interesting trying to find my old haunts because, you know, as you age, things look so different. But this is a park I used to hang out in, and I would, of course, ride my bike over here, and I could sit here for hours. This lake is also where the Rollins College rowers practice. I believe they call it sculling. This is Kraft Azalea Garden in Winter Park, Florida. And look at the trees. This is old Florida. Oh my, that cypress is gorgeous with all that moss hanging. It looks like we have a family having a picnic. We have a photographer waiting to do what looks like probably an engagement photo shoot. The camellias are all in bloom. Like I said, there's always something in bloom here. I love their trees growing out of this monument here. That looks like the green patch over there, the light green patch. That looks like they call I believe it's a steel plant or castile plant, something like that. Like they have these old cypresses. Kind of surprised to see a car up here. It's totally unexpected. People on a boat are celebrating the couple having their photo shoot done up here right now. I guess they're doing pontoon tours. Interesting. I didn't know that that was a thing. Maybe next year we'll have to do a tour on the lake of all these old mansions. But you can see across the street, that is a home over there. So Winter Park has always been a pretty affluent place. Their downtown area as well. You know, I'm gonna guess that a lot of these homes were built in the, probably some could date back to the late 1800s, early 1900s. So, old Florida. And all those mansions are old money, where people would come and, you know, spend their winters. Yeah. Again, you can see some of the houses across the lake. They're quite large. I didn't grow up in a house like any of these, that's for certain. We had a simple concrete block. Our house did have wooden floors though. Like a couple of the houses. Well, the other one had terrazzo that we rented. And then we bought the house next door when our neighbors had to leave to go to Italy. That's where they were from. And so for whatever reason, they had an emergency and they sold us their house really cheap. So we moved next door. And later my parents divorced. And that's when I became a free-range kid. Spending a lot of my time bicycling like crazy all over the place. All of the street signs over here also have peacocks on the beginning of the signs. They even have moss hanging on the azaleas, which is funny. And they have that greenbrier. That's some huge leaves on that greenbrier weed over there. These are camellias as well. I don't know that they'll flower because they're in so much shade under these majestic old cypress. So I don't know if I pointed this out over here, but cypress put out what they call knees. And so here you'll see these little stumps coming up in the water. There and there. All along the shore here and even on the land. And those are cypress knees. And yeah. Just almost tripped on a bunch of them there. We're going to try and go over here to this try to get over to this area. Okay, they're pretty strict over here. I guess they now, I saw these photographers, there are like 3 or 4 photographies over here, and they rent these out from the city, and you are not allowed to go hang out there if it's rented out, and you have to get a permit. So I got kicked out. But it says on the little area, there's a bench over there you could sit at, and it says, "Pause, friend. Let beauty refresh the spirit." And so, and I definitely felt refreshed after sitting and looking out over the water and just hanging out for the day. So brings back really good memories. This was a great escape for me. That, Mead Gardens. I have a video on Mead Gardens also. I'm going to post a video of the Maitland Art Center. That is fantastic. You've got to check that out, especially if you love anything Mayan, indigenous, if you love art, if you love history, if you love Art Deco architecture. You've got to check that video out. And it will be in my playlist. But yeah, this is the other side of Florida that most tourists never bother to enjoy. And I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. But I was just telling a gentleman that moved here from Rhode Island, I said I wouldn't move back here for the world. I love Atlanta. I love Atlanta too much, and the cost of living is quite a bit cheaper, especially when you add it up, compound over the years. So there's a huge cost savings, and housing is way cheaper in Atlanta compared to here. So, but you're still close enough to come here whenever you want. It's not that hard of a drive. So, hope you enjoyed this little nature video, and we will see you later. Take it easy. I was telling Chris I want one of these trees. They do grow in Georgia, and even though today is, you know, quite temperate, but you got a blossom here. These have blossomed and died, so they're going to start forming their fruit now. See their little bells? But we actually, even though these are blooming now and forming their fruit, they grow well in Georgia. Right now it's overnight, I think it got down into the 20s. But I think because, see, they have these little clusters even back here, they get a little bit of protection, I think, from the residual heat of the, you know, the energy stored in the tree itself. And so we are able to get fruit off of these trees. And this is a Japanese plum tree. So I think I'd have to do research. I'm not sure if it's the same thing where you would get Japanese plum wine. But I'm going to guess that perhaps that is the case. Look at these other camellias. There are white ones over there. This is a beautiful camellia little garden here. All right, that's it. I'm going to go. Talk to you later.